polyglot community, language learning community, they very neglect this topic of forgetting a language.
How come you can forgot your own language? Are you like those like typical American aunties who
I come back and with this accent,
learn the new language the easiest way possible? Because I'm a lazy person, you know, like I need to admit it. I'm a very lazy person,
but I speak 15 languages because why not?
Because I'm trying to learn as a baby. When you were a baby, was your mom like showing you an apple and be like, goo goo gaga, that's an apple?
Madi, how do you learn two languages at the same time without them mixing in your head? Or do you actually recommend it at all?
Depends what type of languages it is. Because like when they're like very similar, I would not recommend. Because like, let's say for example, I would learn Czech and Russian. Of course, I'm going to mix them. But if I'm learning Swedish and kartulat, Georgian.
Already polyglot slip.
Well,
then you would recommend it if the languages vary.
Exactly. Like if they're like having completely different grammar, completely different words, and even completely different alphabet, I would give it a go, yeah.
For example, now so many people are criticizing me for picking up 3 completely different languages because like, okay, you're not gonna remember them. And my reasoning for them, because it's Japanese, one language I cannot reveal because it's like the challenge, but I just cannot reveal it because I don't want these people to know that I'm learning this language. This language, Japanese and Greek. And they have completely different alphabets, and I think it helps.
Yeah, I'm literally doing the same. I'm learning Georgian, Swedish, and Croatian now.
Okay.
And it does help, yeah.
How do you do it?
Well, just with my methods and also with teachers, I would say. Yeah, just like different weeks of the day. Like it cannot be the same day mixing 3 of them.
All 3. So let's say Monday you go Croatian, and then what? Like a class with a teacher? Then Tuesday, what was it, a Georgian?
Yeah, Tuesday and Thursday, I have very good Georgian teacher. I love her so much. She's so great. Like she always makes my day better. So yeah, I start my day with Georgian on Thursdays and Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And I'm with Swedish. I'm doing an app for Swedish. And always on Sundays, I do my grammar research by my own. Sometimes when I go running, I'm listening to the podcast, but it has to be Sunday. It cannot be the other day.
Why?
It has to be Sunday. Because if it's going to be Thursday, then I'm going to mix it with Georgian.
Okay, so one day is dedicated to one language only.
Exactly.
Even if it's, let's say, Swedish in the morning and Georgian in the evening, you think it won't work?
Yeah. Because on the daily basis, I do speak with all the languages I know. So it would be even more challenging. I feel like by the end of the day, I would be like, I would have a stroke.
What about speaking 3 languages during, not learning, but speaking the languages that you already use during the same day? Let's say you have 5 different friends, Georgian, Swedish, Polish, Czech, and English, and you're all together going on a trip, you speak all of these languages. How does your head work?
You basically described my life. I live with Americans, so every day I wake up, I do speak in English.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to school. My school is in Czech.
Okay.
So I do speak in Czech.
You have to like...
Yes, exactly. From time to time, I do meet with my Spanish friends.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying my best to switch to Spanish. Of course, like sometimes
You just go Czech with Spanish accent.
Yeah, sometimes. Or more like I'm just speaking Czech word and I cannot recall, like, or I'm completely forgetting, or the only word I can recall is Georgian word, like out of nowhere, even though my Georgian is like not even A1
happens.
level.
It happens.
And then I'm sometimes talk with my parents in Polish.
But it's normal that they mix in your head, you would say, because some people feel put kind of away when they feel like, okay, but what's the point? Because then I'll remember only a German word, so I just won't learn it at all. You wouldn't recommend it. You would be like, learn it anyway.
Yeah, learn it anyway. I mean, like, of course, I'm chaotic with my communication.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, it's leading me to very, very funny and ridiculous situations, especially with false friends. When I was working in a Czech company, it was happening a lot of times. And later, when I was coming back home and talking in English with my flatmates, wow, like, I couldn't even form a sentence. But that's the price you need to pay for being a polyglot, I think, on daily basis.
Yeah, and what's with languages that are similar? In that case, you mentioned Czech, you also speak Polish, and then Russian.
Yeah.
How did you learn them if it's like 3 of them very similar?
Well, so Polish is my first language. I was born Polish. So, of course, I know how to speak Polish.
You won't forget, I think. You cannot forget your native language.
Yeah, I do. Like, because of the grammar of Czech language and Polish is like a little bit different. So from sometimes I connecting cases with a different verbs.
As we already are speaking about languages, so let's move to the language shuffle. It's the game where basically you have to trick me as much as possible. You can waffle, make up a language. You can speak different languages that you speak with different accent. You can speak, let's say, all of them with Czech accent or Russian accent, just to trick me as much as possible. Because all of the previous episode, I just lost it. So I will stop you halfway and guess first 3 languages and then we'll keep going.
Chciałabym ci powiedzieć wiele rzeczy, ale upřímně bojím se, že se úplně vystresuju a všechno popletu. Porque es muy difícil cuando tienes que cambiar los idiomas con gramática muy diferente.
Okay, you couldn't make it easier for me. Polish, Czech and Spanish.
Of course.
Okay, then let's go. Keep going.
Kartulat exitva vlaparakopta vstavlop. Akcentan problemevi makus и не знаю, понимаешь ли ты меня? Ну, я стараюсь. Aba bobit at je Nika AKMB, je Nika Tarina, Sasanika Habatilda, Haba bobit ei.
That was it. Wow, okay, my head is going somewhere. First one, because it sounded like Slavic situation. Georgian.
Yes.
Slay. Then Russian 100%. You're not going to trick me with this one. And it's just by kind of like me guessing what you already used. Swedish or not?
No? Do you want me to repeat?
Da.
Haba bobit at Inika KMB, Inika Tarina, Sasanika Habatilda, Haba bobit ei.
Что?
Haba bobit ei. Inika Tarina.
Uh-huh. Okay. You lost me. Tell me.
It's a made-up language. It's called AKMB, and that's the language that me and my swimming friends... we made up the language. So it was not finished.
But you created a brand new language.
Exactly. But we never finished
And you
it.
all understand kind of this language.
Yes. We can all understand like those basic words, which is hababobit. It's like
Hababobit.
you don't understand.
That's such a good point. If you, like, no one's gonna know, and you can now gossip about every single person.
Exactly. Like
Amazing,
the funny
love it.
story about it is like we were sitting in a bus and we were like figuring out this language. And one girl turned to us and she was like, I heard every word you said. So now I'm going to understand you when you're going to talk in your figured out language.
Yeah.
And then I wrote on a paper, hababobit, which was like, she's stupid and she don't understand anything. So, and I showed this just to my girls and we were like all hababobit. Hababobit.
Wow, that's I love it.
So,
I'll start doing, but that's so great. And now I'm crazy embarrassed. Don't run for me. That I said it was Swedish, but see, Swedish, it just sounds like nothing to me. I wouldn't recognize Swedish because Swedish, Finnish, all of these languages are so similar to me for now because I don't speak any of them.
But would you understand, jag tittar på TV, jag pratar svenska.
Pratar svenska, this I've heard once, but it's only this.
Tack så mycket. Probably I said with the wrong accent because like I just started learning that language. But it's so easy for me, like when it comes to grammar, in comparison to Georgian, for example.
But the most important question I want to ask is, could you please speak Swedish with Russian accent?
Oh, that's a challenge because I never tried it. And as I said, my Swedish is not...
That's even better.
Okay. Jag tittar på TV ofta. Tack så mycket. Jag får
Okay, you proved
mjölk, ull, borull.
Okay, great. I'm just trying to think. Could you do you speak also German? Because you spoke something to me, or do you?
No, I mean, I used to speak German. I used to be fluent in German because I was learning German for like 6 years of my life. But during the high school, I switched to Spanish. And that was the killer for German language. I stopped using German at all. So now I can just say, ich heiße Madi, ich wohne...
Basic.
I don't even know how to finish the sentence. But funny thing is, like, whenever I go to Austria, because like I live in Prague, so Austria is pretty close, I always trying to order in German.
Okay.
Because I have no shame. So
Of
all the
course,
time I'm like...
That's the goal.
Yeah. All the time I'm like, eine kleine Schnitzel bitte. And yeah, Austrian? No. Yeah, Austrian. Yeah. People, I don't know if they like it or not, but they're always like, maybe they think I'm insane, which probably maybe I am, but
at least you're speaking and at least you're breaking the barrier.
Yeah.
But it
I feel
seems
like
that you forgot.
I feel like that's the most important thing, to always break the barrier.
It seems that, as I mentioned, that you forgot. It's a wild thing. to forget a language. It happened to me as well. But do you think that polyglot rarely talk about it? Or not polyglots, polyglot community, language learning community, they very neglect this topic of forgetting a language?
Yeah, I feel like because maybe they want to convince themselves when they come back to the learning process, they're going to get the skill back, which may happen. I don't know. I never tried to actually go back to German classes, maybe. But for example, now when I'm learning Swedish, I can recall like a lot of words from German. Like for example, daughter is like dotter.
Oh yeah, they're all very similar as well, this Germanic.
You notice like how much I'm forgetting Polish sometimes. Like how I'm mixing Czech words or like...
You do. It is a situation that happens.
Yeah, and to be honest, like I feel like that's my biggest complex, like me not speaking Polish well enough. But well, like what can I do? Like that's the thing of my brain. Like I'm chaotic, and of course, like a lot of people will say, like, a lot of Polish people can be very offended, be like, how come you can forgot your own language? Are you like those like typical American aunties who like
come back with this accent? Yeah,
I'm not saying that. For example, if I would move to Georgia, I would forgot Polish completely. Yeah. But like when you're moving to the country and this country language is so similar.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna mix. Of course, it's gonna mix.
That's
especially when you're actually using the language and you want to, and you want to put yourself into the situation to like think like they are thinking in that country. Like that's my thing. I mean, I like to. For example, when I was learning Czech, I was even trying to like imagine how the Czech person would speak in Polish. You know?
Oh.
So I was doing those exercises when I was like setting a timer for 15 minutes, and I was just like speaking to myself in Polish, but with Czech accent to pronounce the words and letters as Czech people would do.
I've never thought about such method. It's a good one, no?
Yeah.
Wow. And how to avoid losing a language in that case?
I feel like the clue is in the reading, because I do not read. That's the thing.
Okay, so let's say you wouldn't have any chance to use German, but you used all of these languages. But if you, let's say, have a German book, and if you kind of come back to it every once in a while, 2 times in a month, then you think you'll remember something.
Yeah, I think so. Or watching a show in that language.
Okay.
Like for example, that's what I'm doing actually with Spanish, because like now sometimes I do travel to Spain, of course, because of my family, but from time to time I would not have such an occasion. I do put a show in that language, or I'm putting subtitles.
Subtitles help or not?
Yeah, they do, because like you're subconsciously looking at it.
But then you're just looking at reading. You're not focusing on the person actually speaking and picking up the language, the real...
If the dubbing is available, put the dubbing on.
Okay, yeah.
Or if you know the language, but sometimes you don't know the language so good that you can actually understand. So that's why subtitles can actually help you recall some words.
Okay, that makes sense. Would you support the method where, because some people also online advise this method that, let's say you kind of speak the language you're learning, to watch a movie in the original language without any subtitles, then you watch it with, I think, your native subtitles, and then you watch it without it to kind of pick up what you didn't pick up.
Yeah, so I would never put my native subtitles.
Okay, so you never learn, let's say, from Polish?
No.
Okay,
no,
so...
because I don't want to make the connection foreign language through Polish. I always want to make the connection through English or through Czech. Because then I need to recall the word in Polish, then be like, okay, how was it in that language? And like, it's too much of the process. But I feel like we're supposed to learn the new language the easiest way possible. Because I'm a lazy person, like I need to admit it. I'm a very lazy person.
But I speak 15 languages because why not?
Because I'm trying to learn as a baby. When you were a baby, was your mom like showing you an apple and be like, goo goo gaga, that's an apple? No. She was just like, that's an apple. And for you saw the apple and you just like noted like, oh yeah, that's an apple. And I feel like we always supposed to learn as babies. Like even in my adulthood, I do stupid things. I do not have shame, of course. But like,
that's the way.
Let's look at the reality. We are all just big babies, right?
Yeah, it's a good way. It's a good way to look at it this way.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
So I feel like we're supposed to learn the language the most subconscious way ever.
That's good that you understand this perspective, because every single time when I try to convince people that, let's say when I finished learning Portuguese, I immediately was learning a new language from Portuguese. Mm-hmm. Or because then I can practice Portuguese. I think it's the best underrated method, because I practice Portuguese. And then I'm not sitting and learning and treating it as a language to learn, but as a tool, you know, to do it. It's such a good method.
Yeah, and I think that's also like the way how to not forget a language. Because maybe if I would learn Spanish, but not from Polish, but through German, I would never forget German.
Did you have any maybe situation, because we spoke about forgetting the language, but learning, on the other hand, learning the language so quickly that I remember you told me a story about like before, and I was like, no, don't tell it now, about Russian, that you had to learn it and like jump a level.
Yes, I moved to Czech Republic for Erasmus program, and then it was like the last year of my studies. And the lady from the office called me and she was like, do you know that you need to finish your studies with B1 Russian exam?
Why Russian?
It was just like a program of studies. Like I could choose either Croatian or Russian, and I chose Russian at the beginning, but I just forgot about it. So they're calling me and I have just like 6 months to end my studies. So I had just 6 months to rise my Russian skills from A1 to B1.
Okay, give me the plan. You got the news. What
Yeah,
happened?
I mean, I already knew the alphabet because I learned myself and some words because I learned myself.
All
like,
alphabet. So you already knew what is D, what is whatever.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool.
So I feel like every language you can learn yourself. I don't know about Asians, but you can learn yourself till the level A1. Then it's A2 when you need some like practice, like speaking, oral practices. So that's the good moment to pick a teacher. So that's what I did. I chose the tutor. Her name was Dina. She's the best teacher ever. Till today, I'm thinking that Dina had the best methods. I mean, she's also a very good person. But whenever we were like speaking about, you know, like, oh, how was your day? And I was trying to say to her in Polish because she was also speaking Polish. She was like, no. Okay, you don't know how to say that in Russian. We're going to wait with your story until you're going to learn Russian and you're going to tell me that in Russian. Okay. So I was like, wow, okay.
It's a typical Russian teacher.
Yeah, but she was also so nice at the same time and very, very wise person. Like sometimes she was like giving me life advice. I was feeling...
In Russian?
Yes, in Russian, yeah. Of course, like we were just speaking in Russian. Sometimes when I had just some problems with understanding grammar, then she was like adding up a Polish or like...
I wanted to ask if she was helping you with, let's say, Polish, so you didn't understand the words, she was throwing some Polish or explaining things in Polish, because I assume you didn't communicate in English.
Yes, she was, but what she did was explaining me Russian things with... not with Polish grammar, you know? I don't know how to explain it, but she was like translating something very roughly to Polish. Then also I sign up in my university at all levels of Russian, like even B2, B1, A1.
For classes, so you were attending classes, let's say C1, without having a clue what they are on about.
There was no such a classes, but B2, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, and I asked the teacher, I mean, the first reaction of the teacher was like, I don't know if you can attend that course. And I explained her my situation and I said to her, like, I'm Polish, I know how to speak Czech, I just need to go on some classes to listen more advanced Russian because I need to pass the exams. Exactly.
And some vocabulary, especially with Czech, we spoke about it so many times. Even word ужасный in Russian means like horrible, and then in Czech it's like amazing. So it can actually mix in your head in all of the Slavic languages. So I hate when people say all of the Slavic languages are the same and whatever, blah, blah, because they're not.
Yeah, they're not. But they actually can help you understand the other more or less, you know.
What was the plan? You found a teacher, then you signed up to all of these classes. Yes. They accepted. What else? We're on the first month now?
Yeah. Okay. And also, I found some Russian speakers at the university, like other Erasmus. Like...
How did you find? You speak Russian?
Yeah.
Ruski?
Yeah. Okay. It was exactly like that. Yeah. Where are you from? And they're like, oh, from Ukraine. I'm like, oh, do you speak Russian or Ukraine? Oh, my family actually spoke Russian. I'm like, okay. Yeah. And everyone was like, yeah, sure. So, and we were just like doing those like language exchange.
And it was the very beginning. So let's say second month. I'm trying to help people also to figure out the plan for themselves, if you didn't notice. So let's say the second month, then the third month. You're already halfway. What is the level of your Russian?
Yeah, I mean, I was able to understand Russian videos on Instagram, for example. So I was looking for like some YouTube channels or some Russian creators, so I could just like hear get ready with me. Okay. You know, so
it's good because it's kind of pleasant to listen to it and you're not forcing yourself.
Yeah, exactly, because I would scroll either way. So why can I scroll in the language that I'm actually learning?
That's what I'm doing as well. If I have to, or just on the app, you know, when you're all in the bathroom, why you look through Instagram if you can just do the language app?
Yeah.
even if some people like the previous guest, Peter Coles, do not support that. Everyone has different method. If it works for someone, it works.
Yeah, also with apps. Like a lot of people are saying like, oh, the apps are the worst. I'm not the person to tell you so, because I feel like it's better to play Duolingo than to play Candy Crush, you know?
Oh, yeah. Because then you're actually learning.
Yeah, that's a game. Of course, like you're not going to learn the whole language out of it. That's why, like, for example, I'm learning Swedish from an app. But I
do
also
you use Duolingo or do you use different apps? Sorry.
I do Duolingo drops.
Well, Duolingo didn't work for me because also there are so many mistakes. People were coming back to me about Russian, even about Portuguese. When I was on the basic level, I noticed so many mistakes, or even sentences that people don't use. Why would you learn horses speaks with sandals? Like, you're never gonna say this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's the thing I was also explaining you with the grammar. Like, I'm learning Swedish and English. But the grammar is different. Like in Swedish, you put often, never by the end of the sentence, and in English, you put on a third place, I guess. Like I never, no, on a second place. I never study.
Yeah, and Swedish is at the very
end.
So it's similar with German for this like tanzen or machen. You have it for at the very end, or like the most important. Or nicht.
You're talking about
Or nicht. Sorry. But when you like do, for example, when you speak, I think when kann ich something machen, you know? So when you use kann, darf, then you wait till the very end. But with nicht, I remember, so you have to speak the whole sentence. Someone thinks that you already agree for something, but then you go nicht.
Yeah.
Kind of. This is ridiculous. So you're halfway, 3 months, or let's say 4 months. How was your level?
I was already able to tell Dina about my day. So, and I was, we were just like, at the third month, I guess we just stopped doing grammar. We were just like doing conversations. Okay. And then when she noticed that I have some lacks in my grammar, then she figured out the topic.
Wow, that's a good point. Were you doing something besides the teacher? Were you only also focusing, because you're learning other languages on the background? We spoke at the beginning about learning 2 languages at the same time, but did you skip or stop or pause all of the languages and focus on Russian only when you had this?
Yeah. Because I was the Czech was going subconscious because I was living in the Czech Republic by the time. And I had Spanish friends. I was living with Spanish people. I mean, no, I was just like a good friends with the Spanish people. So I was speaking Spanish with them as much as I could, but my Spanish at the time got very, very bad. Okay, but either way, like they were like telling me, The good thing about Spaniards is that they're like always very helpful with the language. They never be like, oh no, maybe we should switch to English. They always will prefer you to speak not grammar correctly Spanish than they do.
That's amazing. That's not the French though. I feel like I bully them in every episode. But Portuguese in Brazil, they vary a lot because they will wait for this mistake. They'll be like, haha, it doesn't matter. But also now European Portuguese, they'll switch to English. I hate it. It's not the way to learn. Just be patient. Or even Polish, or even Russian people, they'll be like, czego nie rozumiesz? You know, they'll keep going. They'll speak this language, so you just have to speak it, you know. Mm-hmm. What else? Or it was the only, let's say, because there was also some other method like fourth.
Yeah, watching YouTube.
So you were doing all of these 4 things, doing it every single day, or
at that time that was actually every single day. Every single day I was like, because I had to learn fast, you know. Actually being in the Czech Republic, I couldn't move to Russia, especially in that time.
Okay, and did you pass the exam?
Yes.
With which grade? Yeah. Good grade?
Yeah, very good grade. Like the teacher, like the examinator even said like, wow, like you speak very good Russian. Like, and she asked me if my previous degree wasn't maybe Russian philology. And I said, no. No,
like I'm just born like that. What do you mean? Wow, that's amazing. But I know I asked it too soon, but when it comes to the very last month, very last days, were you doing something, or you stopped and you wanted your head to kind of clean to prepare for the exam just before the exam? Were you studying till the last day?
No, of course not.
Okay.
So just to be fair, I never sit with a book and just like look at the grammar. I never do that. I hate all of those like Excel tablets and stuff. No, I like to like experience the language, to make a mistake grammatically and then improve. I will never like sit with a book because I'm a lazy person.
Yeah, but yet I know 20 languages. Yeah, okay, carry on.
I like to write down.
Because I'm lazy, so I like to write, I like to read, I like to run sometimes. I'm just lazy.
Okay, okay. I also like to do grocery shopping.
Yeah.
And while doing it, I'm talking to myself.
Okay, good. I
In that
also do it.
language.
every
Yeah.
time.
So that was what I was doing before the exam. I was going to the grocery store and just like talking to myself.
Yeah. With the knowledge you already had in
Yes.
Russian.
And then I saw like, okay, I don't know how to say garlic in
Yeah.
Russian. I was like, okay, like I'm gonna check.
That's a good point, because then you also don't fear the embarrassment because you're speaking only to yourself, unless you're embarrassed of yourself. But I assume it's good. Do you also speak to tourists? Do you practice the language with tourists? Let's say when you travel somewhere, you mentioned Spanish, or speaking to Spanish people, that they are very happy, very open.
Yeah, I'm trying to, whenever I'm traveling to some country, I always learn a little bit of the language. That's how my journey with Swedish started. I went to Sweden to visit a friend of mine, and I learned some like basic words. And then I realized like, okay, like that's actually a very fun language. I'm gonna keep going.
So that's how you fell in love with Swedish.
Yeah, exactly. The only one thing was Georgian. Before me going to Georgia, I didn't study the language because I was thinking, oh no, it's too complicated because of the alphabet.
Oh, alphabet is wild.
Yeah, but it's so beautiful for me. Like
The alphabet?
Yeah.
Or the language? But probably
both. I'm so obsessed with that language now.
Okay. Can you say something in Georgian again? I forgot how it sounds.
Kartolat exitwa la parakop, da vcolop, memkvia Madi, mevcovro.
Memkvia. That's my
Memkvia.
name. Kvia.
Mkvia.
Mkvia.
Yeah. Menuju se. Nazywam się.
Oh, polyglot flex. Okay. Wow. Okay, and do you understand Italian, let's say Portuguese? Because you speak Spanish.
Yes. I feel like my Spanish skill helps me to understand Italian people. Like, for example, whenever I'm traveling to Italy, I always trying to order in Italian. Basically, it's Spanish, but with Italian accent, or like Spanish in subjuntivo, but with Italian accent. And I don't know if Italians like it. I don't know. You can say in the comments if you're Italian. But
Did you present? Because I'm trying to imagine how
it's
it looks.
like, quiero pagare. Prego.
And they understand.
Yeah, they always, and they always trying to correct me.
Wow.
They're correcting me, and thanks to that, I'm learning some Italian at the same time.
Yeah.
I feel like Italians are fun people.
Do you think they appreciate that you speak, but speaking perfectly?
I feel like they just appreciate that I'm trying, because what they don't know that I do speak, that my brain is working like, okay, I'm gonna say that in Spanish, but in subjuntivo time, tense. So I feel like they just appreciate some like tourists being like, okay, I'm gonna order something in Italian.
Have you ever helped tourists? You mentioned you have. And
Yes. I'm so happy to live in Prague, since it's like a big capital with a big tourist market. There's a bunch of tourists. So, for example, when I'm going to school, to my Czech university, from time to time, I'm finding some like lost Spanish tourists. Like, since Spanish people are pretty loud, it's not hard to.
You just see.
You can just hear. You can
it
just
was
hear
Italian.
Them, so I'm always like approaching them and asking them like, oh, necesitas ayuda, puedo ayudarte? And they're always like, yeah, we cannot find the Charles Bridge, for example. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I'm saying like, sorry, I'm just learning Spanish. And they're always like, no te preocupes, te hablas muy bien. So then I'm like explaining them with my broken Spanish, like how to go. And then they're like happy, or sometimes they're like correcting me, or
in a nice way.
or we just like starting to having this like small talk. They're just like asking me how I learned Spanish, or where from Spain I am, like where my family lives in Spain.
What about Portuguese? Você entende quando eu falo agora?
Did you say like, would you understand if I would speak to you?
Yeah, now.
Yeah. Agora is now?
Agora.
Ahora. Yeah, I would understand.
That's amazing. That's a good one with. Would you understand French in that case? Because French is the one that I also struggle, but I started to understand a bit.
I was actually meeting with one French guy, and like when we could have like some problems understanding, he was speaking slower French.
Yeah.
And then I could like, oh, okay, like it's the same word.
But with the accent.
Yeah. So for example, from reading, I could, and when I know the context and I have the text written, I think I can understand, I don't know, in French, like 40% or maybe 30%. Okay. I don't want to say like 70 because then someone's going to confront me and I would be like,
okay, I know. Just say, I don't speak and then come with a fluent language. That's a goal. We're moving to hotshots. I'll give you 2 options. Just choose between them and I'll try to make it as hard for you as possible.
Okay.
Speaking perfectly with a horrible accent. Speaking horribly with a perfect accent.
Speaking perfectly, but with the horrible accent.
Understanding everything but being unable to speak. Speaking fluently but understanding nothing.
The first option.
Learning a language only through memes. Learning through arguing with people online.
Very good one, a very Slavic one.
Yeah.
I would say the first one.
I actually published once a video on Instagram that the best thing to learn a language is to argue on WhatsApp with someone. Just like argue. Because then you kind of, the pattern is similar, it's the same of the argument. You didn't do this, you are that, so you know the grammar already. You're just putting the new reasons. So you didn't watch that, you know?
Okay, I understand your point. The problem is like when it comes to my personality, because I barely get angry. So for me, when someone would want me to argue with them, like with a big emotions, I would be just like a calm, and then I would just.
It's not what we want in the next segment, you know. It's not what we want. Dating a Polish person, dating a Czech person.
Czech person.
What is this confidence? Why?
Because I'm just. Jsem blázen do české kultury. I'm just like so in love with a Czech culture and just like Czech Republic.
Living 1 year in India without knowing the language. Living 1 year in Sweden, but everyone speaks Swedish.
Oh, Sweden.
Okay, so
yeah,
you're
100%. Yeah.
Okay. Always speaking with a strong accent that people cannot understand sometimes. Like such strong, you don't say vegetables, you say vegetables, you know, in the middle of the sentence. Or always forgetting basic words. So you just go.
Oh, okay, daily basis.
No, but like actually basic, like basic. Let's say word you forgot, and you want to say I went to the shop, and you're on the date, and someone is asking you, what did you do today? And you're like,
shop. I feel like forgetting basic words because that's sometimes it's happening to me.
Okay.
In reality,
what's with these Czech people? That they say, oh, I'm not Eastern European, it's Central Europe.
Because it's not. Like, if you look at the map.
Okay, Poland is at the heart, and it's even shaped like a heart.
Yeah, and then look where the Czech Republic is.
Somewhere below.
Below, and more on the west.
No, I agree.
So if you want to say that we're Eastern, I mean, I'm not Czech. I wish. I mean, like, no, I do like my Polish nationality. Actually, what I love the most about Czech Republic, it's that I can be more Polish in the Czech Republic because I feel like I'm not Polish enough.
I see where you're coming from. I have the same with my Belarusian and Polish roots. It's literally so hard because for Belarusians, I'm not fully, and for Polish, I'm not fully. You know, so I'm just like always for Belarusians, this Polish girl, and for Polish, this Belarusian girl. Yeah. So it's never. So I understand you can explore your culture also.
Yeah, but you're like from mixed cultures, and what I am, it's more like my chosen culture, like or the culture chosen. I have obsession with.
Blazen.
But I moved to Czech Republic in my early adulthood, and I feel like that's the place where I actually built my personality, and it helped me understand me better. Mm-hmm. What is crazy, it's easier for me to talk about my emotions in Czech or in English than it is in Polish. Oh. I don't know why, but it's okay, like to figure it out, especially when we live in those times when we can actually freely travel to everywhere and choose like where we want to live.
Tricks, yeah.
I would fully use that, and I'm so grateful that I've met a lot of great Czech people that I actually feel home there.
Czech. What about Slovaks? You're just neglecting them all the time, acting like they don't exist.
No,
Do you speak Slovak?
I used to, but then when I moved to Czech Republic, I started to like speaking mostly Czech. And because there's like a bunch of Slovak people in Czech Republic, because they called Czech people are calling Slovaks like a younger brothers. So there's a bunch of Slovak, and they are speaking actually Slovak on a daily basis. So whenever I'm going to a cafe and a waiter is Slovak and he speaks to me in Slovak, I'm like always like, oh my God, what should I say? Like, and sometimes I do respond in Polish.
Oh yeah, it's
or
such a
just like
mix.
some weird mix with my lost Slovak abilities and Czech and Polish, and they're always like,
Okay, this girl like
Yeah.
again.
yeah,
No, but Polish, Slovak, and Czech, it's such a beautiful relationship between such languages and I know it's not the same with other languages. So let's say Polish people are very friendly towards Hungarians, but it's still not the same because our language is so different. But when you share a language, you treat people differently. You feel more connection towards them as well. But for false friends, it's a ridiculous situation with
Yeah.
some words.
yeah, there are some very, very dirty one.
Yeah, let's not use such words. But for
Yeah,
example,
yeah,
did you have any situations, because you understand Czech and speak Czech, also Polish, but even when you said in Czech that it's sem blazen, and in Polish, like błazen means completely different thing. It's
Yeah.
like that you're some kind of like...
Yeah, but in Czech also it means the same thing, but like sem blazen do.
Sem blazen, yeah.
it means like I'm obsessed
with
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
But with Polish, it's like błazen, it was someone who was, ages ago, this like stupid person close to the king, So like they are different. These words.
Yeah, like happened to me, especially in work, that I was sometimes like, I was not even aware that I confused some words. Like, for example, I said that
Not good,
I will
not good.
poprawić dokument.
Okay.
And in Czech it means to,
Okay. And in Polish,
and in Polish it means just like to
make it
to
better.
improve.
Yeah. And any embarrassing situation that you had? Because this is okay, but any like embarrassing.
Yeah, I said that my boss is a cutie. I wanted to say that he's nice.
Such a cutie.
So just so you know, in Polish nice is miły, but the word I confused from Czech language is like rostomily. Because like, miły, rostomily sounds like, it can be the same word, but no, rostomily is actually a cutie. So when I had my evaluation and my boss asked me like, oh, how do you like the owners of the company? And I was like, yeah, they're like so rostomily. And I said it with English accent. But he was like,
Rostomily.
do you know what rostomily means? And I'm like, yeah, like nice. And he's like, oh, no, no. You can say that the dog is rostomily.
How old was he?
I don't know, like 35, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, no. Like, it was not like a big embarrassment, but because the company was very cool.
Okay,
I still think about the company very, very positively. But yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, that was the most embarrassing thing ever. I don't know if I can say that word, but there was one girl in open space. She
Sneezed.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing? Like, because atyu, it's thank you in Lithuanian. I was like, are you speaking Lithuanian?
No. Okay, so there was a girl in an open space and she sneezed. And then she said like, oh, sorry, like, I just have a little cold. And I was like, no worries. And I said, I'm also a little instead of I'm also a little sick. Because in Czech, it's like nachlazena or
Wow, it's so bad.
or
I
znasilněna.
just realized. So bad.
And she was like,
What did she say?
she was like, what do you mean, Madi? And I'm like, like, and I repeated with the full confidence, like, yeah, like, I'm just a little. And she was like, do you know what znasilněný means? And I'm like, yeah, like I'm also a little sick. And he was like, no, Madi, please Google it.
How to deal with such embarrassment after such a horrible mistake?
Just to
You
smile
just-
to yourself and think that
Like
you're
I
special thanks
didn't
to
know.
that.
I didn't know, and then you remember this word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like
Wow.
that was just like a funny situation. Like she was laughing, I was laughing. Of course, like for first seconds, it was a little bit awkward situation.
Yeah.
But then, like, come on, like that what makes me special. Like I'm the only person who could make such a mistake.
I had such situation as well with my friend Clara when we were on my hen or bachelorette, if someone doesn't understand British English. And I was just going around, and even though like I know what I was saying, but I wasn't thinking about it. I was thinking in Polish, and and most of the girls that were with me were Polish. I was like, szukam piciu, chce mi się pić, szukam piciu. And she was like, Agi, please don't say that in Czech Republic. And I was like, why? Oh, sorry, yeah, okay. I want to drink. I just changed to Polish. So
It's so funny because like so innocent words, right?
yeah, because it sounds also so cute. Like It's like a drink in Polish, but it's like pić, like chcesz pić, you will say to a child. Interslavic language, what are your opinions?
Not needed. I mean, I feel like you get the package of other Slavic languages if you learn the second Slavic language. Like, for example, if you're a Slavic person speaking Polish and you learn Czech, you are immediately able to understand Croatian, to understand Slovak, of course, and to understand a little bit of Russian. If you learn Polish and Russian, you are able to understand
All of them.
Czech.
No, Polish, Russian, all of them.
Yeah.
Maybe Bulgarian sounds a bit sometimes Chinese, but that's why you need to, I think, 3 top languages is also Bulgarian, because Bulgarian opens the door for Serbian and Croatian.
Yeah.
And what are the combinations? Let's say Ukrainian and Polish.
Yeah, I don't know Ukrainian, so hard to me to judge. But I feel like also, no, there are like some words, like for example, a book.
Yeah.
Of course, like all of them in Slavic languages are so similar.
Very similar, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like it's better to sacrifice your energy, to put your energy into learning the second Slavic language than to learn something that only 800 people speak. Like, it's not even a real language. And also,
But everyone will understand you when you use everyone in Slavic.
Same if you use like a mix of Russian and Polish. They will understand from the context.
And no, because Interslavic is like, it's, you can go anywhere and speak it. And there's, they don't have to think, but in 90% they will catch it. Okay, so most of people are lazy, not like you speaking 30 languages and just
Okay,
lazy.
I think about myself as a lazy person. Maybe I have different definition about.
So you think it's not needed?
Yeah, because it's a fake language and it's not real. It doesn't have a culture.
Okay, it's an interesting point. So Esperanto, what do you think?
Also, fake language doesn't have a culture.
Okay, Toki Ponka.
What is Toki Ponka?
Well, you're just hating today, like woke up and decided to hate.
Okay, also, does it have a culture? Does it have a real people?
Like, I don't know. You tell me. Like,
No, like if it doesn't have a culture and it doesn't have like a history.
then okay. So
Yeah, same like, like in Russian, there's like a bunch of old Tataric languages. And those languages I feel like are very interesting to learn. Like I would love to learn some of those languages because that's some history. And some of them are just like, are dying out.
Yeah, true.
And because like, I don't know, maybe just like 5 old grandmas somewhere in Russia are speaking just that language. And when they're going to die, like no one's going to know their stories, And the language for me is like the best way to share the stories and the real emotions going with that. That's why I love to talk. And that's why I would always choose to not speak in that language, but to be able to understand it. Because thanks to that, I can be smarter person, Like I can be like more empathetic towards those people. Like I can just like benefit more from that.
Or read the culture, watch, listen so many things when you only understand. That's true. But also with Belarusian, no one is using it. It's a dying language. Gaelic in Ireland. I hate it when people just stick to one, like to the kind of default language that took over and they don't speak the original one. It makes me really angry, but it's the reality we have to deal with.
Same with dialects. I feel like dialects should be in schools.
Yeah.
That's my unpopular opinion. But
Interesting.
because
Because of the
it's
same
showing
reason.
like more culture. Like for example, Kashubia that we have.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like in Kashubia, like they're supposed to speak Kashubian, like, and they're supposed to be like real courses of real lessons of Kashubia language, so we could more learn about our ancestors.
We're moving to my favorite part, which is opposition.
I was waiting for that one.
We will argue. So I have 2 versions for you. We'll wait for the second one. But first one is you would have to give me the worst language learning method that you believe. That is like the worst, more harm than good, terrible method. And I will disagree with every single thing you say, even if I actually agree with you in real life. And you have to convince me. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just give me the method. And I'm waiting to
The worst
destroy
method.
you. Yeah.
So the worst method is like learning the language from the book and just like memorizing it, like very, very robotic way.
Why?
Because you can just read the stuff and you just need to like memorize it, and it doesn't give you the whole flow of the language because like you will always be scared to speak.
But you need to get the grammar.
Of course, you need to get the grammar.
You're not gonna understand grammar from people.
But I'm not telling that you're supposed to just like throw away the book.
No, it was basically what you said.
No, I said like that's the worst method to like learn just from the book, only from it. In my opinion, you're just supposed to more focusing on listening because that's the most subconscious way.
No, but you're not giving me no best method. You need to explain.
Yeah, so
me
in
this first
opposition, we have the only reading from the book being like, this word is, apple is jabłko.
But how are you
banan
going
is
to
banan.
get the vocabulary? You're not going to get it from random people on the street because most of the people don't want to help you. As
Of
we
course.
spoke, French people change
Of course,
to
but you
English.
see objects on your daily basis. Just look around.
Who's going to tell you how is this object is like if it's a glass? Who's going to tell you?
You can look it out
Where? In the book.
in a book or in the internet.
You believe everything what's in the internet. So many theories, You believe everything. That's what you're saying. That's
yeah,
what you're
maybe I'm
implying.
going to make a mistake. Maybe I'm going to confront later some local and they're going to be like,
What if you're going to remember
why?
the wrong way?
Then the local will tell me, yeah, that's the wrong word.
How are you going to... Why do you think local is more important, more like wiser than a book?
Because he actually speaks that language since he was born.
I don't agree because books were created by locals who are also like science people, like professors, doctors. So I would listen to them more instead of like a random Thomas on the street.
Yeah, books are important.
The most
but
important.
Not the most important.
You cannot learn
But
a language without a book.
Language is alive, and language
language
keeps
is
changing.
language.
Look even at the Czech. Like Czech language is so. I keep going back to Czech. I have a real obsession with that one. Don't call
Okay.
it doctors.
I'll try. Yeah.
So so like it keeps changing. Like then people are starting like pronouncing words differently or like declinating words differently. Then the language changes. Like.
How does it have anything to do with the book?
Because sometimes the book, as you said, like the very important professors, they are very important. I do believe in knowledge. I do believe in it, but it's not the most important thing. And it's not that you're just supposed to focus on it. Like if, I don't know, my mom would tell me, oh, I'm going to learn Portuguese. And she would just like buy herself a book. And all she would do is just like, every day.
But she can read in a book. She can write
course,
in a book.
I'm
You're
not
not gonna
saying-
you're gonna go take a pen and write what on the face of the native speaker? Like this is what you're
No,
implying.
no. It is also a good method, but I'm not saying just
Yeah.
only using the book. It's the worst method. That's what I said.
I don't agree.
Okay, you can have your own opinions, but I feel like I'm gonna speak faster than you.
Okay, but it's not like competition.
No, for me it is a competition.
Okay, I think you kind of lost, if I have to be honest.
Don't say me that.
You'll tell me, guys, please. If you're going to say that she won, you don't want to know what happened. But the next opposition segment, the second version is, and before I will tell you, you guys please go, like, comment, subscribe, and just tell me what you think is that if you guess correctly, and then I'll explain you now. So here is the box on the side. Inside, you have languages that you speak. You have to choose 3 ones. First one, then the second one when we finish, and convince me to learn it, to convince me to this language, the one that you choose.
German.
Oh, we just...
I don't speak German.
You yourself decided to... Why? Like, I just forgot.
Well, I can just say, like, don't be like me and practice your German because you don't want to forget. Like, I would have additional language, but because of me being stupid in the past, like, I lost it. So, like, just don't be like me, practice your German. And you're supposed to learn German because, like, there's a bunch of German tourists, a bunch of German people in the world. So
Why can't they learn my language? Why can't they go to the country and be respectful and learn Italian, learn English, learn Portuguese? But speaking, how entitled you have to be to go to a country and be like, oh, hallo, ich kann nur Deutsch sprechen.
No, I do feel like that's the best way to travel is actually to go to the country and learn the language that they speaking. But it's also a nice thing that when someone is like, oh, where are you from? And I'm saying like, I'm from Poland. And they're like saying something in Polish. That's also, it's icebreaker a little bit, you know?
Okay, but why should I learn German? Because you're speaking about Poland, but I don't see any...
Yeah, okay. So yeah, you can learn German to like be able to, I don't know, find a job maybe in Germany or
I
like...
can find a job in any other place in the world.
Okay, like you can go to Vienna. Vienna is such a beautiful city.
I don't want
and they're
to.
also,
I just don't like Vienna.
okay, but German is...
But it sounds...
not such a...
How do you say butterfly? different
Schmetterling.
languages like, babička, motylek,
Yeah, but
butterfly.
actually, I feel like
Schmetterling.
German is very demonizing. I feel like it's not like das Schmetterling. It's
That's
like,
how they speak.
"Das
That's how I
Schmetterling."
that's how I
No,
hear it.
I feel like German is a very cute language. They're always like choose.
Cute language. Choose. It's only choose.
Krankenhaus.
But then ein Händchen. Like
No, but you pronounce it like that. Try to maybe.
Geschirrspülmaschine.
But if you put more positive emotions into it.
Geschirrspülmaschine.
Geschirrspülmaschine.
Maschine.
Geschirrspülmaschine.
You're not gonna convince me it's cute.
No, like for
Here
me,
is
German.
she trying to convince people that the German sounds beautiful. Amazing.
Because I forget
Krankenhaus.
it. Yeah.
When you're on a deathbed, you have to go to the hospital, and you go to Krankenhaus. Krankenhaus.
Krankenhaus.
It already feels like dying.
To the Krankenhaus. Be like more positive about it. Come on.
Krankenhaus. It sounds like I'm gonna
Yeah.
schneller, schneller. No,
Krankenhaus.
it's no.
Schneller, schneller.
It sounds like you're some kind of a creep. No, it means German. There are no right reasons to actually learn German because a job. What else? You said something nice in the beginning, and it was hard for me to. That's why I ignored it to defend it. But you forgot already, so that's fine. I kind of won. Let's choose the next language. No, you also you're doing good. You're doing good. But I'm always going to say I won.
I know. I'm just like, my favorite one.
Okay, great.
Georgia.
English. Okay.
Okay, you should learn Georgian because it has like completely different alphabet.
Who speaks Georgian?
4 million Georgian people.
Oh, woohoo! Should I also learn like Luxembourgish?
Is there a language?
There's like yeah.
Yeah, okay, I didn't know that. I mean, yeah, if you like Liechtenstein, why
I
not?
didn't know that because some little people speak it. Same
Oompa
with
Loompas?
Georgian.
No, like
I only found out the language existed because of you.
that's a good thing. Like I'm very happy with myself right now that I convinced you somehow, maybe
No,
because now you
actually-
know something about
no.
Georgian. Georgian is also a very romantic language and very interesting when it comes to like culture and history.
Speak it again.
I don't
Say
know.
something romantic to me, or what you already know because I know you're learning.
Okay, like that's actually like the word to love is actually memikors.
Like you're kind of dying
Because
when
like
you're saying that.
as my teacher says, like love is difficult, so that's why it cannot be an easy word.
Wow, that's a good
so
one.
romantic.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay,
Or
this
for
I'm not
example,
gonna.
the word loyal, it's erdguli. Erte is one and guli is heart. So erdguli, one-hearted, like loyal. See, that's
Okay,
great.
that's good.
Yeah.
But why should I learn it?
Because you already like it. I see
No,
on
I
your
didn't
face.
say that I liked
Yeah.
it. I said it's
You
like
are
a
amazed.
good convention behind it. It's not that I'm gonna just learn it.
Also, when you and the person you know would learn Georgian alphabet, you can like wrote to each other message in your language, but coded in Georgian alphabet, and no one would know what you said.
I can do it with any language.
No, like if you're gonna write a Polish sentence with a Czech alphabet, everyone's gonna know. Also,
Okay, next language because I'm not gonna.
it's not like I'm changing. It's just
No, you're just. Oh, this one. No, I cannot convince you to this one. I just put it randomly because I was like, why not?
Is it Vatican?
Latin.
Latin. Okay, sorry. So you should learn Latin because like you can learn a lot of you could be able to read scientific texts. You could learn more about religion. Maybe you could learn more
Religion.
about.
Who cares about it? Oh, I'm joking.
No, I feel like we're supposed to care about religion and
Influence such
our
people?
values.
Okay, influence them.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, I have to be really against my opinions here. I'm really trying, guys. No one cares about religion now. Like, no one cares about scientific texts. If everything is translated, Latin is a dying language, same as ancient Greek.
And I feel because of that, our brains are dying. So in order to make it stop, we're supposed to learn Latin.
I'm a one person. I'm not going to stop the AI development.
I mean, like we can develop more AI in order to learn Latin better.
What did you just say?
That if we will develop AI can teach us Latin.
Yeah.
So
but
then
AI
we would know how to.
Did you just, few seconds ago, were convincing me to speak to native speakers, and now you're convincing me to practice speaking with an AI. You're
That's what
against
I'm
your
doing.
own opinions.
No, I said about like just reading and memorizing stuff from the book. It's a bad method. But I feel like we should use AI more to learn language.
Not people.
I mean, it's better to use people, but AI can also help you.
Because from people, no one speaks Latin nowadays.
Exactly.
apart from very true Catholic Church. And okay, never mind. I'm not gonna go against that. Let's go one more because this one was kind of fake because it's very hard for me. So if I notice the pattern, if anything is hard for me, I'm just like skipping it. Oh yeah. It wasn't staged.
You should learn Czech. Yeah, because it's such a beautiful language. I feel like also you could understand Czech memes and Czech lore more, more insight. Also, I feel like we Polish people and a lot of people in the world, they do not even realize like how interesting Czech Republic is when it comes to their cultures, when it comes to their just like small traditions even. So yeah, also Czech music, so beautiful. And how Czech people... That's just Ivan Mladek, but yeah, it's actually a very funny song. So thanks to learning Czech, you can understand what he's actually singing about. Also, you could maybe, if you like, for example, classical music, you can learn more about Bedřich Smetana or or about Antonín Dvořák. You could learn more about their history because I don't know, like there's more Czech informations maybe about them, or maybe just like some more insight background.
I have Polish.
Okay, congratulations.
Why do I need Czech? It's the same language.
No, it's not.
It's the same.
It's similar. That's why it would be easier for you to learn Czech than, for example, it would be for a Japanese person to learn Czech.
It's the same language. I understand everything what they're saying.
Sometimes okay, so
it's a bit funny,
if you already learn Czech, then congratulations. Like I convinced you, right?
I have Slovak. It's the same language that Czech. So why do I need Czech?
Yeah, like when you're Slovak, you can actually understand Czech.
So I don't need Czech. I need to learn Slovak.
I mean, I'm not Czech to tell you that you're supposed to speak Czech in Czech Republic.
You're here to try to convince me to Czech, not to Czech to tell me.
Okay, I don't know. Like it's better to like speak the language of their. I don't know. Like with Czech and Slovak, it's actually pretty complicated, and I don't think like I'm a person to have an opinion about it.
Okay, you lost. So,
sorry.
How to find the best teacher?
I feel like it's good to try. I mean, we just didn't supposed to be ashamed that we don't like some teacher method. We should feel very confident about like what we need, what is the things we value when it comes to learning a language, what are our needs. So it's good to have like, first of all, having a conversation about it with a teacher, through the like first 3 lessons, to maybe like tell them what you would need more. I feel like every good teacher should adjust to your needs. If they cannot, change the teacher.
You're right.
Like, don't be afraid to change the teacher. Actually, I feel like we're supposed to maybe switch our teachers from time to time, because then we can maybe, I don't know, like know the different accent or know the different methods.
Different methods and different approaches.
I feel like the best way maybe would be like to have multiple teachers, you know? Maybe that's something what I had with Russian. Like I had multiple teachers because of like all the levels I signed up. But yeah, like it's just like not something that everyone can afford. Like for example, I cannot afford to have like multiple Georgian teachers. Like, but I have Anna.
Army.
I'm so happy with my Anna.
We have the occurring tradition on this podcast, and the twist is it comes from the previous guest. So the previous guest said that the worst method is to learn a list of words without context. Do you agree with that?
The worst method is, yeah.
Why?
Because it's just words. When it's like no context, it's just words. Like if you have like at least a picture next to that, then that's a good that's a good thing. But like when it's without context, you don't even know how to use that word, so it's pointless to know that word.
And what's the best method? So you can tell me, and then the next guest would have to confirm that.
For me, the best method is actually to set the timer on 15 minutes each day and speak to yourself in that language. During that, you're realizing what words are you missing or what grammar constructions are you missing, and you can improve.
Okay, next guest will answer. Do you want a picture with me or you don't want it?
Of course I want a picture with you.
Great, because there will be no other option.